The Pulse is a lightly elliptical 9-cell. The canopy is designed to suit an active intermediate jumper, as well as a typical fun jumper with a high experience level. If you load the canopy light enough, it's also very popular and very well used for a novice jumper.
We've used zero porosity fabric on the top skin and our proprietary low bulk fabric for the bottom skin. This low bulk fabric is the same material used on the Optimum Reserve. With the Pulse packing up 1 to 2 sizes smaller than a lot of other canopies, it's a great way to get a larger main into a smaller container.
The openings on the Pulse are really designed to get you underneath the canopy in a stress-free manner as possible.
The Pulse has a much shorter snivel than that of a Sabre 2 or a Spectre, the inflation being a bit quicker, but not uncomfortable.
We've designed it to have a very flat glide when in full flight, and that makes it easier to get back to the DZ when you find yourself on a long spot.
With a lot of other canopies, you may find that you need the use of deep brakes or rear risers to get yourself back from those spots, and the Pulse typically makes that a much easier process. The Pulse is very responsive in toggle turns, super fun to fly. It's going to recover from a dive a little bit quicker than, say, the same size Sabre 2, but if you really want to get going with it, if you bury the toggle, it's still going to point itself at the ground and pick up some speed. But when you decide you're ready to fly flat again, all you got to do is let that toggle up and it'll cruise right along.
When you're landing under the Pulse, the approach angle is flatter and the rate of descent is lower than most other canopies, so the flare is quite easy to time.
You'll find that the speed of the Pulse coming in is going to seem a little bit slower than the Sabre 2, and it's going to have a little bit less tendency for those unwanted pop-ups or ballooning that you can get on some of the canopies that tend to come in with a lot of speed. Landing the Pulse tends to be a less dramatic event when you compare it to some other canopies that may have a steeper approach, and that's why a lot of people really love the Pulse.